Everybody, we are back. It is Taped Live's favorite podcast, favorite channel, favorite is everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at mholder95 for Matt, and of course pandasubs.com. Discount code TDL for 25% off. Also make sure you hit up homage. Boom. Get this up here. Oh, of course. Oh, here we go. Hold on, guys. Technical difficulties here with the getting up homage. Boom, homage up there. Check that out. Make sure you guys hit that QR code. Get you some gear. I got my sweater on today, so make sure you rep that. Also, hit the TDL store. I got the TDL hat on, so get the TDL store, TDL.store. And make sure you guys go ahead and support the channel that way as well. So. We're back with another TDL draft show. We're getting close to the Senior Bowl, so we're getting excited about that. My tickets are booked. I got my tickets, and I'm ready to go. I'm actually going to be there I'm getting there. I'm not rushing in like the last 2 years, Matt. When I'm rushing in like on a Tuesday, I'm like coming straight from the airport to the facility. I'm not doing that this time. I'm going to land. I'm going to have I'll be able to wake up, maybe give you some coffee, and then hit practice like I'm like a normal person.
Well, I'm going to tell you something that might kind of like make you a little mad. I heard earlier this week, we were talking about it in our BR meeting. They moved practices back, so you could have done the red eye. You wouldn't have missed anything.
Damn it.
The year that you're prepared and get in on Monday night.
Would have been a cheaper ticket, too. My
bad. I should have let you know. I would have stayed the night on a hotel room, too. I didn't even think of it. My bad, man.
All good, man. It's all good. It's all right. Shit. What time are they doing practice in now? As a 2:30 or something?
I think the first practice is going to start at 1:30, which normally the second practice starts at like 2.
Mm-hmm.
So they moved practice a little back this year with the new director.
He must want to wake up later or something.
Yeah, I don't know. He likes to sleep in, I guess.
Jim Nagy is an early morning guy. This guy's like.
I guess
so. It's gonna be interesting. See what happens there. If how many people stay this time too. So I'm super interested to see if these guys stay. But today we're doing Chris Allen. Chris Allen's defense tackle. Am I correct?
CJ Allen.
CJ.
You combine Christian Miller and the defensive tackle from Georgia.
I swear you said Chris Allen in the text.
I saw that on the banner. I'm gonna have to check.
I just changed it. We're good. CJ Allen. The banner I got to change right now, and I'm doing Ted Hurst. So is CJ Allen at the Senior Bowl, or is he gonna be there?
No, I don't think so. I think I think was he a senior this year? I don't know, but no, he's not. He's not at the Senior Bowl, at least as far as I know.
Okay. And he's a linebacker from the Georgia Bulldogs. Okay, that's exciting. I'm doing Ted Hurst, who's getting a lot of buzz. I saw Brett Coleman tweet about him.
Yeah.
For this episode, but. I decided to do him before that, so I'm excited about his outlook. He's a pretty good player, so definitely somebody that Raiders can get like in the third round or something. I think. It depends on what his 40 time is at 6'3", 200 pounds, but we'll see. All right. So, any other news or anything like that we know?
I think the biggest one probably got Clay Kubiak now interviewing for the head coaching job.
Yeah,
Niners offensive coordinator who looks just like Clint. Was his brother. I kind of like the idea. I posted this on Twitter. I kind of like the idea of just having the two brothers getting like a wrestling match for the final interview. Let the winner decide it, and with Gary Kubiak officiating. But that's an interesting one. And then they're interviewing Joe Brady too, or requested the interview for Joe Brady. I imagine next week, depending on what happens with the Bills this weekend, but. So a couple more names thrown in the hat. It does feel like the Raiders are casting a wide net. I think we talked about that on the last one. And 2 more offensive guys. So,
yeah, I mean, a wide net. I really hope. I mean, somebody that probably could hire really easily is Joe Brady. I'm just not a fan of his passing game that much. But we'll see what happens with that. But Clay Kubiak's super interesting because that definitely means they're getting a fullback, which I'm tired of. I mean, I like 12 personnel, and I like what Clint Kubiak does with his 12 personnel. But I would love to see what the Niners are doing, what they do with with Juice over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, whether they're moving around like he's coming all over, or he's start here and he ends up here, and then I want to see that. I want a fullback. You know what I mean? I don't know what Alec Ingold's doing. Maybe
he. I mean, McDaniel brought him in to play in that offense, right? Over in Miami, so he'd be a good fit because he's an athletic dude and he can block a little bit too. So yeah, that'd be an interesting one.
Yeah,
I do feel like it's funny. It's like what is the difference between Clay and Clint Kubiak? Like they both come from like the same system, obviously same family. One just kind of calls plays and has more responsibility, and Clint versus Clay, who's like it's still kind of Shanahan's offense. So when I saw that, I'm like, damn, they're kind of interviewing the same guys, even to the point where again they look a lot alike if you pull up both their pictures. It's pretty obvious they're brothers, even if you didn't know who they are.
Yeah, because it's interesting, because I think this is Clay. I don't know, this is his second year or first year as an offensive coordinator. Yeah, I don't know if it's first year or second year, but I know, that Clint was the quarterback coach with Shanahan for a year, and then he went to New Orleans, and then he went to Seattle. So I'm interested to see what Clay, because I mean, you got to think about it. When it comes to hiring, like the OCs, like McVay and Shanahan, they've done a good job at their new spots. And they end up being innovative play callers. So, the question is how much control do they have? You know what I mean? So it's super interesting to see how that ends up. But it wouldn't bother me. It wouldn't bother me at all. Kubiak's Kubiak. Bootleg's a bootleg.
Outside zone, still outside zone.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I pulled it up. Yeah, he was Clay Kubiak is his first year as the OC, and was like has gone up to the Niners. He spent like it looks like 8 years coaching high school. Interesting. And before he went to the NFL and has literally just been with the Niners the entire time.
Interesting. Must get tired of them kids, man.
It's like, I'm tired of these 16, 17-year-old kids.
They can't run the outside zone like I want them to, man. I can't. They can't. This ain't gonna work. These bootlegs aren't gonna work. Yeah. All right. So today, talk about C.J. Allen and Ted Hurst. So Matt, tell us a little bit about C.J. Allen, linebacker from Georgia.
Yeah, so big reason why I did C.J. Allen, we kind of talked about it a little bit. We're moving on to that pick 36 and going into those guys and kind of taking it from there. To put in perspective, Dane Brugler dropped a mock draft this week after Dante Moore decided to go back to school. Just to kind of show how that can change everything. And he had C.J. Allen going 31 to the Broncos. So kind of fall in that area. I think that's where that's where I have him about graded and ranked in the 30s type of range. So I think that's going to be his range. Whether or not he makes it that far remains to be seen. But he's a guy that I think has a chance to be a complete linebacker. He's a pretty damn good athlete and almost like a freaky athlete for a linebacker where he's pretty damn good in coverage. Like we'll see some of these plays that he makes on the ball. Like the linebackers aren't supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Type of stuff. So he's like I put in one of my scouting report, like he makes plays on the ball that you wouldn't expect a linebacker to make. And he's good in coverage for the most part. Just kind of overall can man up against running backs and tight ends and that kind of stuff. As a run defender, I think he can add a little bit of size and strength to be a little bit more stout, but he's physical and like he makes a handful of plays already so far. So he's a dude that I think really has a chance to be a complete linebacker at the next level. He's not like as polished as a guy like a Sonny Styles who looks like he's going to go top to 15 at this stage. I feel like everyone's mocking him to the Cowboys at this stage. And I saw someone say you're even too low on him at 12. So again, Allen for me, like those guys were a lot of the times neck and neck for LB1. And then kind of down the stretch, Styles just kind of separated himself. But for a guy that you can get at pick 36, you could end up getting a 3-down linebacker and a guy who's can patrol the middle of your defense for a while and never has to come off the field. Yeah,
he got a really high run defense grade here.
That's the crazy thing is like he didn't have a great year in coverage like PFF wise, and I think that's actually like his bigger strength in the NFL because he's so damn athletic. But
interesting, that's very interesting. Okay, definitely interesting seeing him. Do you think because he's listed at 6'1", that's kind of smaller for a linebacker, though, correct?
Yeah, is he 6'1" on PFF? Let me see.
Yeah, so he's on P 6'1", 235.
Yeah, that's part of what I'm talking about. He's not the biggest dude in the world, which I think shows up a little bit in the running game. But he does things like he does his technique stuff's right, and like he does a lot of things right. Yeah. Georgia's got him at 6'1", 235. So not the longest dude in the world. Another reason why he's kind of been separated from Sonny Styles, who's like 6'5". So he doesn't quite have that length, but I'll tell you what, he's got a vertical to make up for it. You'll see that on one of these clips that I'll be oozing over here in a second.
All right, so I'm doing Ted Hurst from Georgia State, who's like I said, he's getting a lot of buzz. He's gonna be at the Senior Bowl. He's gonna be a Senior Bowl guy. I'm really interested to see what he's gonna look like at the Senior Bowl, because I want to see him at the combine, because he's playing against a little bit lower competition. Playing the South Alabamas and some of those things. I mean, he played Ole Miss and he didn't do a damn thing, so that's a little concerning, right? I mean, he had a better game against Vanderbilt. But when he got to the, I forgot what conference they are. I think this was South Alabama. They're probably
I think I want to say they're Conference USA. I don't know. Conference USA and Sun Belt. I get all those teams are the same to me.
Whatever James Madison's in.
Okay,
yeah. So there's Sun Belt Conference, right? And he got there. He started dominating. So so it's interesting to see how he looks at the Senior Bowl, just because maybe like some separation issues, because he's a really tall guy, 6'3". So he listed at 195. But Georgia State, they have a basketball team. I don't know. I feel like if they put the guys to play basketball, because TJ Finley, he's a terrible quarterback, but he might be the biggest quarterback I've ever seen in my life. I mean, that dude I was like, who is this 6'9" guy?
I think that's the dude who's gone to like 7 schools. He started at Auburn or something like that, and he's at he's at Incarnate Word. Someone said he did the reverse Cam Ward.
he keeps trying it because that dude is humongous, but even there's some 6'5" guys on the other side of him. But what I like about him, I think for his size, he does bend pretty well. I think he runs pretty good routes for his size, so I'm gonna show that. But what he does well is he catches everything. He only has a 7% drop rate. He's great in the red zone. He's the type of guy you could throw it to him. I think he has a good release. So definitely a lot to like. I think he has a chance to really, rise up at the Senior Bowl, especially if he's going up against some of these better corners that are going to be there. And he shows really well in the one-on-ones. I think he has a chance to really do some things. So I'm excited to see what he can do. And but yeah, that's what I'm doing today. So I'm really excited about what he can do, because I think, to me, just because the small school thing might hurt him a little bit, I see him being a 3rd round late day 2 guy, just because that concerns, unless he goes out to the Senior Bowl and just dominates. But even like Jack Besh, he still went late 2nd to the Raiders. I think it's kind of a similar type of thing where, he's still going to be that late day 2 guy no matter what.
Yeah. If I understand you correctly, he seems kind of similar to Jack Besh, where he's not the greatest separator, but more of a contested catch, possession receiver type of guy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he actually went. I'm going to show the film. That's why I want to know how fast he is, because there's some times where he just looks super fast. So actually, let's get into him first. Let's do some Ted Hurst. So let's get into Ted Hurst a little bit here. All right, start off with just him running a comeback route on this one. I really like this route. You kind of can see everything you like to see on this one. So what you like is just the ability to kind of stop at this size. We watched, he's kind of the same similar size as Dante. Dante Thornton's a couple inches taller, but you see that ability just to stop right there. And he has pretty good yak. You can see it right there, him able to make somebody miss. So I really like this route. His ability to get down, bend, boom. It's a good look right there. Boom. Good stuff right there. All right. And then this I'm saying, you can still, it's not a lot of stiffness to him that I really like at that size. You can see that he's not really a stiff guy. You see that right there. Boom. Can stop on a dime, and then you see even some more yak, him making this guy miss right here. You see it. That's the ability that you really like, is that he has that ability to make guys miss in open field. He's not an easy guy to tackle in open field. All right, here he is running an out route on this one. This gets off coverage, but you see it right there. It's not. He's not stiff.
Yeah.
Right. He has some bend to him at that size. See him get bend. Then I like he can get flat there too. He doesn't round it off. Makes it an easy target for the quarterback. So I really like what he can do there. I went up too far a little bit.
I feel like he sells the vertical route too with the shoulder roll.
Yeah. So he's a pretty damn good route runner. So that's why I'm super interested to see what he looks like at the Senior Bowl running some of these routes here. All right, here's this one's against zone, but I use this one because it also kind of shows how his ability to kind of just snap, right? I mean, and there's not a lot of wasted movement in his routes, which I really like. This ability right here, boom. Not a lot of wasted movement right there, boom. It makes it really easy target for the quarterback there. There's humongous TJ Finley. Like, he's just humongous, man. I was like, who is this dude? Is he the I never seen a quarterback that tall.
He's a big ass dude. Brock Osweiler out there.
I know. It's just ridiculous what's all he is. And this is where we get to the yak here, right? Okay, so here he is stopping really quick, like I said, on a dime. Now, one thing I don't like about him, this is just some wide receiver critiquing. He doesn't come back to the football.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. As soon as I saw that corner break on it, and you're like, one thing I don't like, I'm like, yep, I know where you're going.
Because there's a play I show here where somebody broke up against South Alabama. They broke up a pass because he doesn't come back to the football. So he's got to work on this. You know, you're this big. I need you to come back to this football instead of just waiting for it to come to you, right? So
yeah.
To be honest, I think the inaccurate throw kind of helped him a little bit because he's able to kind of reach up high here. But then this is when you kind of see the breakaway speed a little bit. He's kind of moving a little bit.
Yeah,
he almost gets his right, and that's what you see on this one. But I need him to come back to the football, and this is something that happens a lot on film with him. It's just him just not coming back to the football. It's
yeah.
When you're that size, man, you need to be able to box people out.
Yeah.
You see the long tries there? Go ahead, man.
I was going to say, that's a pick six in the NFL, and that's on him.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, I think the bad throw helped.
Yeah. Finley being a bad quarterback saves them.
All right, so here's on a little skinny post, kind of like a little bit of like a angle route here of the sack here. And what I like, so like I said, great hands. The hand placement is a good throw by the quarterback right there. Well, here is this is what I talk about the speed because this is going for 6 here.
Ooh. Okay.
So that's the interesting part. So I want to know how fast he's like this, just because the size. Like if this is like a 4.4, like a high 4.5, or not a high 4.5, like a low 4.5, or like a 4.8, 4.48 or something like that. That's gonna boost him up a little bit. That's gonna raise his stock because he's pulling away from these guys. And I know this is the Sun Belt, right? You're like, oh, it's the Sun Belt Conference. And a lot of these guys, they're going to be coaches or selling insurance. But still, he's moving.
Yeah. He's not quick. Like it doesn't look like he's moving fast, but once you see him open up those strides, and it's like, that's when the difference hits.
Yeah. It's like it takes him a little bit to get the top speed, but when he gets there,
yeah,
it's big time. All right. And another thing I like about him is just he, like what I was talking about, is the not wasted movement at this size, because you see here he doesn't have to really do a lot to change directions, which is what I really liked. I mean, there's a lot of flexibility with him at this size because I mean he's able to get flat here quickly on this dig route. Like it's against zone, you can see how he doesn't have to pitter pat, he doesn't have to do anything. He's able to kind of just get flat quickly right there, make himself available to the quarterback.
Yeah. And like stayed within like that 5-yard range of the break without having like drifting too far into the safety.
Exactly. You see his good hands. And like I said, there's always a little bit of a chance of some yak there with him. So I really like there's a lot of upside with him as a wide receiver. That's why there could be a rise with him too, especially if he has a good Senior Bowl and like the combine. I'm telling you, if he hits those high 4.4s, man. You see it here on this one. I mean, again, you're gonna see a kind of a bad throw by Finley because Finley kind of leads him up, because you see him kind of get flat here, but you see him have to adjust to this football because Finley doesn't throw it on the line here, kind of throws it upfield. But that's why I like seeing him get flat, and then the stability to make people miss right there. Look at that.
Ooh.
Right, and that's where you see like the flexibility in the hips, and why I think he has wide receiver 1 potential when you have this type of yak ability. And I was trying to think of a good comp for like a guy who, because it's easy when you see a guy like this. It's like easy to be T. Higgins, but it's not like that at all because this type of stuff. right?
Yeah.
So, and it's not even like you can't even go like Cortland Sutton. So I was trying to think of a good comp for him, but it's just not a lot of guys that move like this.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be like AJ Green, but that's the only guy I can think of. It's like,
I feel like he does fit the Cortland Sutton, Nico Collins type of mold.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just a good one. Nico Collins is a great one. Yeah. That's a good one. Who was also a 3rd round pick, I believe, right?
I think 2nd, but yeah.
You can sort of see this yak ability from this side. This quarterback, man, is humongous.
God damn, dude, he is a monster. Holy shit.
He's humongous, bro. I saw I'm like, is he 6'9"? Like, how tall is this guy? All right. So what really makes him special though is the red zone, right? And you're gonna see him here against press coverage here, which I like, is that he uses physicality too in the red zone a lot. And you're gonna see, right? And then you see him burst upfield, and then you see him get a little separation with the arm over, and then just track that football in the air, and then get that 1 foot down, touchdown.
Yeah, I like that press release too. Create some space to the outside.
Yeah, right. Create some space to the outside, and then find that football in the air, high point it. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's consistent. Watching from this side, it's just great. Just every time I see him, dude's so big. But that's what I'm saying. It's the balance, the ability to adjust. Of course, in the NFL, you want him to see him get 2 feet down, but this is college. This is college. All right, here's another one here. Kind of the same thing. Now, what I like is that he uses physicality. I love this. So you can kind of see him set it up like he's gonna run an inside route. Now, I would like him to see him get square here and kind of make this guy believe there's a 2-way go, because you see there's outside leverage here.
Yeah,
I would like to see him get a little bit just quicker, get square quicker there. You see him able to kind of just body through him. Now, this isn't the best throw, but he ends up catching this with one hand. He's out of bounds, but he ends up catching with one hand.
Yeah.
So just a good example there. This is why TJ Finley had to transfer, because the smaller guy is just a better quarterback, obviously. I can do that one out of bounds, but one-handed catch there. All right, here's another one in the red zone. And this one, he doesn't waste any time, right? Because he's got it inside. He's condensed.
Split. Yeah.
Boom. And what I love is just the high pointing the football is right there.
There we go.
If you just throw it up to him, a fade. And what I like, this is the where he gets very T. Higgins like, where he's just holding that ball up like that.
Yeah.
And holds it through contact right there. Touchdown.
Kind of makes me wonder what his arm length is, because like T. Higgins has some freaky long arms.
Yeah.
He's like pass rusher long arms.
You can see it from this angle too. It's just full extension, right? That's a great throw too. But it's full extension. Give him that chance to make that play. Right there. Boom.
Strong hands too to come down with that and survive the ground.
Yeah, man. And that's what I like. It's just he has strong hands. Like I said, I think he only had like 7 drops on those targets, so about 7% drop rate. So it's not bad at all.
No.
But this is what I'm talking about, him getting deep though, right? This is what I'm talking about, the speed. And this is the different element that he adds, right? I mean, if he can win deep like this is why I think he could become a 1. Like maybe it won't happen year 1. But like he's one of those guys, if you give him a little time to develop, he might become a 1 for you. And he's just like that arm over there. You can see him get that separation. Look how much separation he gets. Of course, TJ Finley overthrows him by a mile. But
yeah,
that's what he could do. This is the type of stuff that he could do here. And that's because Jay Madison, that's the Sun Belt, the team that made the playoffs right there. So
yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
Well, yeah. We ready to say, Matt? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say probably the best conference competition he saw all year.
Yeah, and this one this is him just beating, like, this is triple teamed here, right? And maybe against quarters here that this what they're doing, they're running mills here, I believe, or not actually just kind of double crossers there, double post there, and it holds up this safety right here.
Yeah, just
allows him to get behind him, but this is a good throw too. But what I like is that he's able to high point this football too, right? And this is what I'm talking about, his balance, because you see him high point this football, catch it, and then just land and keep running.
Yeah, let's hit the ground in stride.
Yeah. All right, right there. Catch that ball. Great hands, great concentration. You can see from this side here too. Georgia State has a basketball team, man. I don't. This quarterback's no slouch either. He's not small either. But you see, just high point that football right there, catch that, and keep running like that. It's pretty special stuff. And then just one more look at him here, getting deep here. And you see him do a little jab step inside, and then he's got separation. Now he doesn't get the football here, but you just see that separation that he can get.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot of talent, man. He's got a lot of talent. I really like what he can do. And I really like to see what he could do at the second level and the next level. And then especially at the Senior Bowl, I'm really excited to see what he could do because there's a lot of talent there, a lot of things he can do, a lot of flexibility in his hips for that size that you don't see a lot. So I really like his ability. I think that Nico Collins one is a great one. I feel like that's kind of how Nico Collins is. Nico Collins can do those things at that size, and I think look at what Nico Collins was coming out, but
they're doing big, yeah. Or how big he was, yeah. I don't remember how big he was, but he's about 6'3", I think, like that low 200 type of deal. But I feel like that's like the archetype for him. But and I mean, like you said, you kind of pointed out his ability to sink his hips is pretty impressive for how damn big he is. But I was curious though, like the one post that you were talking about where like he kind of like body caught it. Is he someone who can like pluck it out of the air? I mean, I know you showed that on the phase, or is he kind of like a body catcher when he goes up top?
Usually he uses his hands. He's a pretty good hands catcher. There's not probably the only time, and I think that one was maybe a little bit underthrown. That's why he did it.
Gotcha.
But because it was just coming in, like he had to kind of catch it on his back shoulder a little bit. Yeah, but him still be able to catch up with that. I mean, because in contested catches, he was 16 for 27, so not bad, 60% catching contested catches. But he like I said, he does pretty well on those type of deep passes like that. But he has a lot of talent. He has a lot of talent, and I think even with the quarterback play that he had, I think is a little bit underutilized. So there's a lot to like, a lot he can grow with. But Nico Collins is 215, so I'm way off there.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so he's leaner than Nico Collins, right? He looked pretty skinny.
Yeah, he's got. I think he's probably got to put a little bit more weight on, but I think he does play bigger than his size.
Gotcha. And I was also curious. You mentioned like Ole Miss and stuff like that. He didn't quite do so well. What were they doing? Like physical or?
I mean, just like I would say like it was more about like press coverage. Sometimes is that he doesn't separate or because. When he's in the red zone, he has a better chance of separating because he's able to kind of get a little bit of leverage, right? But against like Ole Miss, I mean, it was just kind of him just getting bumped around a little bit. Like he had 5 targets, he had 1 catch for 6 yards.
Thanks. Okay. Gotcha.
So it kind of tells you. And then when he played Vanderbilt, he wasn't able to get deep. So it's kind of those type of teams where against better competition, that's why I want to see it. That's why the Senior Bowls could be so big for him. Because against better competition, he was not able to dominate like that.
Yeah.
Right.
We want to see him beating those Power 4 helmets in the Senior Bowl.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I want to see that, and that's what's gonna let us know where it goes. Because if he does it, that kind of tells us that he's gonna be a day 3 guy. And then maybe the Raiders, they got the 3 4th round picks. Maybe that's one of the guys they snap there. So it's gonna be interesting to see what he does. But he is an intriguing guy. He's very intriguing.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Should we get in some CJ Allen?
CJ Allen. Let's get some CJ Allen. Let's do it.
All right. I'm gonna start with the few plays from CJ Allen against the run. This is part of what I'm talking about, where I think he can be like a decent all-around player. Again, I think you could add a little bit of size to him, but like what I like about him is he's good at taking on blocks. Like he engages pretty well with his hands here. Like I would like to see him probably be a little bit more on the outside edge rather than taking him on head up, take on this guard head up. But what I do like is the pad level, like good leverage here. You can see this guard starting to get his head snap back a little bit too. And then it's hard to see from this angle, but like you can see he's doing a better job of using his hands or getting his hands involved to take on the block. And that's just going to allow him to escape and then come off and just make that tackle, go get involved in that tackle near the goal line there.
Yeah.
This time taking on the puller. Now, again, he's not like exactly destroying a block. I don't think that's kind of his game. He's a little bit more finesse. But what I like about this is like you see him on the front side of counter here, and he takes on the block with his hands. So yes, while he's not dominating this puller or anything like that, what that allows him to do is when this running back bounces, he's able to stay like maintain the edge control and then ends up making the tackle. So like rather than like kind of just getting too involved and like letting this offensive lineman get into his body, he keeps him away from him. And again, when the running back bounces, now it's his tackle to go make. And he's got some speed too. We'll see his range here in a few. This one I liked a little bit better, a little more physical, taking on the tight end too.
Yeah.
Also, like I feel like it's a good example of his instincts a little bit too against the run, which I think have gotten better this past season. Like you just see once he gets the down block from the tackle, he just kind of bounces outside like right away, and then just gets physical. Again, great pad level, great leverage. Guess that's where it helps. Where being only 6'1" comes in handy. And ends up getting involved in tackle. Nice block destruction on that one. He can definitely take on blocks from tight ends. So if you're looking for someone to like in that like Sam type of role, I think he can be a good fit for that because again, he can match up against guys physically. Now this one I'm going to admit is functionally it's like doesn't serve any purpose. I just love it because again it talks about his physicality. I mean, kaboom!
Good. I was like, damn.
So hopefully this clip gets you a little bit more excited about him and about what I'm talking about with him being a complete player. Again, functionally, it's not a great rep, but it doesn't really impact the play. He can lay some wood.
Good Lord,
put that guard on his ass.
Wow.
And obviously Jackson Darnold is scrambling out anyway. But again, love the physicality. Couple reps we get a little more example of his pad level. This one going to use a little shoulder dip. Again, just kind of dips, gets his pads low, and beats the tight end with a nice little move there to get skinny. And ends up getting involved in the tackle. I think that was from last year. Yeah, it was last year. Last year against Ole Miss, he had a couple reps like that. So that's Jackson Dart back there. I mean, same kind of thing on this one. Nice little move. And I like too how he's like patient. He's like, I'm going to let this guy come to me. I'm going to let this big guy who's not athletic as me. Get in my play in my area in space. And then boom, just use my shoulder. It's kind of like he set that guy up, like
exactly.
Boom. Oh, didn't back that up far enough. Boom. Nice move. Now here we'll get a little bit more example of his range. This first clip's going to be a screen, which technically in coverage, but as BD and I will tell you, screens are just long handoffs. And like you'll see, like this, I like this too because this is at the Jaguar Stadium. So this is the NFL numbers. This is where the college numbers are, which are wider. Like you're see how much ground he covers. Now, obviously, gets a little bit of help from the corner forcing that guy back inside. But I mean, he's going from the middle of the field to well outside the numbers and still making that tackle and cleaning it up for us. Set up the defense with the third and long situation.
It's a big hit too. Speed. Big hit and then wrapping like that's a good tackle.
Yeah, he's got some pop to him. He's got some pop. He's not the biggest dude in the world, but he'll hit you. That's for sure. Now this one, obviously, I think he just stops. Yeah, he just stops this one short of the first down, and obviously not like a high impact tackle or anything. But I'll show you here from the end zone view, like kind of why that ends up happening. Georgia doesn't really get a great edge set here by the outside linebacker number 33. And he's just kind of make up for us and at least give us a chance to get off the field on third down. On top of that, too, with the play call that Auburn has, let's see, back this up. With the play call that Auburn has, like you can see, and especially with him being the only, I guess Five's technically off ball, but Five's blitzing, with him being the only guy left on the second level, he has to hang inside here for a second and make sure that running back doesn't cut up the field. And then once he sees the running back commit, now he's flowing outside. And again, this is what I was talking about. This is a good example, too, like, of how important just getting extension on blocks are, because we saw a similar situation with Allen earlier where he was setting the edge and the running back bounced and he was able to work flat and end up making a tackle for a short gain. But 33 here doesn't do that and has his shoulders perpendicular to the line of scrimmage, so he loses the edge control. Again, Allen's just the one that saves the day and ends up making the tackle to give the defense a chance on third down.
A
little bit better result on this one. Again, like you can see, starts in the middle of the field, technically on the opposite side of the center. Just has some speed to go chase that guy down.
I like the play recognition too. Because go back a little bit, Matt.
Okay.
Because you can see him look as soon as that dude goes in motion. You can see him look there.
Yeah, start to cheat.
Yeah, start to cheat a little bit. Yeah, I like that. I like that play recognition and instinct. That's awesome.
Yeah, his instincts against the run, I think, have grown a lot this year. That was one of the things I like to see about him the most from this past season. Is he showed a little more football IQ. Now moving on to him in coverage. I think this is a third and long situation from last year. Part of what excites me is just how fluid his hips are. Like you saw him open and how easily he can change direction. Like it's hard to see from this view, but we'll see from this end zone view just how difficult this play was to get back in the passing window. You see a quarterback scrambles and how much ground he has to cover. Boom. And that was going to be a big play if he didn't make that up. So.
It's a nice play.
He can make some pretty impressive passes on the ball, or plays on the ball, I should say. All right, this is the one.
Whoa, okay.
This is the one I was talking about.
Interesting.
I mean, this ball is going here.
I remember this play. I was like, as soon as I saw it, I remember this play. I remember this one.
Yeah, this is from 2024. But yeah, just my God. That's what I'm talking about. Might be 6'1", but dude can get up. I don't know what I'm sure he's a basketball background somehow, but I may be very interested to see what his vertical is at the combine. If he doesn't break the record, I'm going to be disappointed.
Wow. I mean,
get up. Again, this ball is going here 10 yards behind him.
I know.
He picks it off.
He jumped so high, he almost messed up his knee trying to land.
Exactly. Yeah, I was worried he's going to tear an ACL or something. This is another one that's just a stupid play on the ball again. Kind of playing the looks like a little cover 2 here. And just kind of playing the what would that be, the hooked curl area, and then just reads the quarterback's eyes and steps in the passing window. That's another thing I think he does pretty well. Is he's good at reading quarterback's eyes, and when you have the movement skills to match, you can really take advantage. You'll see this quarterback is rearing back to throw, and he's not even in the picture.
Yeah.
And just
flashed by the quarterback too. You're a quarterback, you're thinking when you're anticipating like that the guy's not gonna be able to break down the ball like that.
Yeah.
That's the point of anticipating, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, he goes hash to middle of the field.
Yeah, you're thinking you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, where he just makes plays on the ball that you don't expect a linebacker to make. Because like you said, that's a good read by the quarterback. You're just not expecting a freak athlete at linebacker to be able to close that window.
He's not late or nothing. You know what I mean? Wow. Okay.
You just tip your cap. This one was really impressive to me because it just shows off his it's the best example of his hips and his change of direction skills.
Interesting.
And on top of it too, damn near gets a pick. You'll see him in man coverage.
Wow.
I also so he's going to line up on the line of scrimmage and then just drop. Yeah. Where he's opening his hips. And then once he recognizes that this return route from the receiver, now he's going to open up this way. And boom, just matches him perfectly. Sinks his hips. That's pretty damn impressive.
Wow.
And again, gets back into the play to make another play on the ball that I don't think you'll see a lot of linebackers do that. I think you'll see a lot of linebackers.
I had to look it up because he looked like Demario Davis to me when I was watching this.
Ooh,
Demario Davis is 6'2", 235 too, but kind of a little bit. Yeah. That because that's the type of stuff Demario Davis used to do when they do cover 2 man. That's why they could do it, because he could do stuff like that.
Yeah. Some scary stuff, dude. Honestly.
Seriously.
All right, which clip we got here? Oh yeah. I mean, this one more than anything, what I liked about it is just the athleticism too, to come out and cover the flat. But this is a tough route to cover because it's a little slant flat concept, and he just recognizes the pick and has the athleticism to avoid it, and then kind of get back on his path and ends up making the stop. Or I think they might have gotten the first down on this one.
Yeah.
But either way, that's a tough situation as a linebacker, and I like the fact that he was able to close so quickly. Maybe you got him just short. Yeah, just short. Mm-hmm. Yeah, give us a chance. We'll take it. This clip too, this one to me highlighted just how much his football IQ's grown, because you're going to see Auburn try and fool him on this one.
Yeah.
What they're trying to do is they know with the running back split out wide and into the slot and him following him that it's going to be man coverage. So they motion this dude across, And meanwhile, they're going to try and open up the tight end in the flat. But what he does is he just communicates with 9 here, his teammate, and passes off the back, and he picks up the tight end working across the formation, or technically the fullback working across the formation, just communicates it, picks it up, and then on top of it finishes by making the tackle. See a little bit of the range there too. So impressive stuff. And then I have a handful of clips of him as a blitzer. This is part of what I'm talking about, of him just being like a complete linebacker. Like he can do so many things for you. Like this nice little stunt here from Georgia. It's a flush stunt, or at least that's what we called it in college, where these two inside guys are going to slant weak, and he's going to wrap to the strong side. Just does a good job of finding the passing lane. And on top of it too, like what I like about this is once he takes off from here, there's no wasted movement, even though he's moving laterally. Like he's gaining ground vertically and horizontally at the same time. And that's what allows him to get in that passing lane and kind of reduce the time that needed to get to dart, and ends up getting his hands up. Jalen Walker almost got this pick, man. Good QB hit. I think this one's oh yeah. He got some juice, man. I'm telling you. I know that's not the biggest running back in the world, but he's got some juice.
I felt that through the screen. I felt that through the screen, man.
I know, right? Boom. Again, not a good, technically not functional, but I'll take that. If you can blow up running backs like that, we'll take it every day of the week.
Man.
All right, this last clip, I think this one more than anything just kind of highlights his speed and closing speed on the quarterback.
Yeah.
Like he disguises this blitz pretty well too, like where he just kind of hangs out on the second level, and then he times it up right with the snap where like the O-line doesn't know what's doesn't know what's coming. Like you'll see this guard start to follow this other stand-up linebacker, and then just create that lane. Sorry about that. And just create that lane up in the A gap, and he just takes advantage, gets the sack.
Wow.
I mean, Jackson Arnold had no chance. This is third down too, so well-timed blitz and a well-called blitz, and then timed up perfectly. Boom.
Yeah. As soon as I saw that clap, he went.
Yeah. Another reason why, if you're a Gruden guy and hate the clap, it's easy to time up at some point. But,
yeah.
But again, sure. I mean, dude who I think has more upside, or definitely has a little bit more upside and can play the run, does a lot of things like technically correct, or technique-wise correct and stuff like that. Obviously, a pretty damn good athlete to make some plays on the ball and can factor in as a blitzer. I mean, that's basically what you want from your linebackers. So he's a guy, if he's there at 36, I think he's definitely on the table, especially with what we've seen from the Raiders linebackers this past season and their struggles in coverage. And getting a guy that you can put in the middle of the field and just let him make plays on the ball, that'd be fun to watch for sure.
Oh man, that's one guy. I was thinking like, what is his combine gonna be like? I was just thinking that's what I was thinking the whole time, man. That's why I don't know if he's gonna be there at 36, because that combine looks like.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't do it. Yeah, because if he blows it up, if he has like a 50-inch vertical or something crazy, just jumps out of the gym.
That's gonna be nuts. Like it, because he looks like a 4.4 guy too. Like it looks like he can ride. Because he looks explosive, he can fly, he can jump, he's got agility. Wow.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, this is a good year to need a linebacker. There are, even though a few of them have gone back to school, like there are a bunch of dudes who can play some football, man. I've been doing this is my 4th year with Bleacher Report, really focus on the front 7, and this is by far the best linebacker class I have seen, and not even a question about it. So
if that's your late 20s linebacker.
Yeah, he's impressive.
Wow. That was impressive, man. Because I was just thinking like how athletic he is and what he can become, right? Because and what you can do with him is he's blitzing like that. He could play in coverage. Like you can feel like you could play more man too. That's what I'm saying. That's why I brought up Demario Davis, because like that's why Dennis Allen was able to play cover 2 man like that, because you have Demario Davis who could guard a running back, right?
Yeah.
And you have a guy like that changes your whole defense and allows you to do more things and be more creative, and especially in zone coverage, like how he's playing zone coverage too. So, yeah, that's a difference maker for sure, right there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you said, he's a guy that you don't think you have to worry about in man coverage. I feel like he can he can sit on those like choice routes and stuff and like that from running backs. I mean, we saw the hips and the change direction skills on that one return route from the receiver, and he stayed in phase the entire time. And again, able to make plays on the ball. So yeah, he's another guy that's there at 36. I think you definitely pause a little bit and maybe end up sprinting in that card.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. All right, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. So that's another TDL draft show. Of course, we'll be back again. I think we might have a special episode for you guys next week, though. I think everybody's going to be excited about that. We're gonna have a special guest, breaking down film with us. We're getting the guests in, guys, this year. We're expanding the show. It's not gonna just be me and Matt all the time. You know what I'm saying? Get tired of me and Matt. It's gonna be, we're gonna expand it, so we might have a special guest next week. So be on the lookout for that. And also, like I said, if you're watching this, you're probably watching Friday Night Live. So hope you guys enjoyed that episode. But also, like I said, we'll be back with more draft stuff, and then we'll be live from the Senior Bowl talking about the Senior Bowl practices. So just the draft season, guys. I know first round's gonna be boring for us. Maybe they trade back in. We don't know. But from here on out, like we're going to be looking at some of these dates to day 3, guys. So be on the lookout for that, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Make sure you hit the Tape Don't Lie store as well. Tapedontlie.store. And we're out of here. Peace.